Hey, good morning. Before you buy your first gun, or you're thinking about buying one and carrying it, here's some things you want to really consider. The first and foremost is you must answer the question for yourself. For yourself. Why? 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 Answer that question. Then consider these things. There's a difference between owning a gun and carrying a gun as an armed citizen. Anyone can own a gun and leave it stored in a safe somewhere and just look at it from time to time and everything is good. You won't need to consider any of the other things that I'm about to talk about. But if you're thinking of becoming an armed citizen and carrying a firearm, you need to understand this. You can get an inexpensive, I say inexpensive as opposed to cheap, the days of the Saturday night special where the guns don't work and all that stuff, those days are gone. But you can get reliable, inexpensive pistols for, $150, $200. And they work. You probably won't win any competitions with them, but that's not the purpose, right? The purpose is to become an armed citizen. So now you have the firearm, you have the gun, and you spent, say, $200. But you want to carry it. Well, you need a holster. You will probably want two holsters. One for inside the waistband concealed carry, and two for outside the waistband carry for either range or just because it's more comfortable for you. A good holster that's going to retain the pistol is buy once, cry once, right? Is not going to be cheap, right? You're going to spend about $80 each. So get that in your head. So now you spent $360. And that's just for the gun and the holster. If you're going to carry inside the waistband, you need to either lose weight, drop 2 inches in your waist if you're going to carry inside the waistband, or buy new pants that are 2 inches bigger. Well, there's $100 per pair of pants. You see where I'm going with this? So now you have the pants to wear and you have a holster, and that's good. Now, oh wait, you need ammo. So a good range session is about 50 rounds. You're going to put about 50 rounds down range. Consider for most today, if you don't reload, that's 50 cents per round. So that's $25 down range. $25. And let's say you need to train, which you should, once a month. So it's $25 a month. You need to put aside. Don't make the mistake. Don't make the mistake of trying to dress like somebody that just came back from a military tour of duty. It's not necessary. I made that mistake. I did. I was tactical up. I had the hat, I had the shamag, I still got them, and I wear them at the range or when I'm training. I'm doing running and gunning training. But this is the way I walk around in the world, right? So you need to plan on how you really walk around in the world. Now, I will confess, I'm a 5'11" tactical fanboy when it comes to their pants. They make some really nice covert concealed carry pants. Um, and so, yeah, and they make some nice covert jeans. They're comfortable, the fabric, it's really good. And nobody knows but they're comfortable and they really support concealed carry well. And you can carry a bunch of other stuff too. So there's that. You're going to have to get eye protection and ear protection. Now you can just get cheap things that pull in your ear, that works. Or you can spend, $100 for noise canceling, $200 for noise canceling ones you put over your head, over the ears. Or they make some that stick in your ear. But you got to have Eye Pro and Ear Pro. You got to have it. Okay. Anything else? Oh, the ladies. Now, most ladies are not going to walk around in the world with a firearm on their hip. They're going to want it. I hate it. They're going to want to carry in a purse or some kind of bag. I think off-body carry is stupid. And because all that happens is the thing that you have your firearm in gets taken, and now you don't have your stuff and you don't have your gun. It's just stupid. Don't have your firearm in something that can be taken. Right? Your firearm should always be on your body. And that is where you really have to give some thought to how you dress, because you will dress differently. And depending on the seasons, you will dress differently. Now, the only place I can't carry is in the gym when I go in the pool, because I haven't figured out how to carry a gun and swim trunks at the same time. So there's that. I don't carry when I'm working out on the machines at the gym because it's just, rude. It's in my locker, but it's out on the floor now. So that's a thing. What about in your car? Well, you need a holster in your car. Why? Because trying to get to your firearm with a seatbelt on is really hard. Takes a lot of time, right? And if you're not dressed correctly, it's bad. So get a holster, and there's several different types where you can mount your gun right by your leg in a holster for your car, or these magnetic things that you can stick your firearm in. They make those, but they're about $100 or so. So at the end of the day, depending on the cost of the firearm, you have these other costs that are, when added together, are more than the cost of your gun. And that's after you've answered the question for yourself. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? If you live alone, you're good. If you live with someone, and this is going to be hard. If they are anti-gun, you're going to have to move or kick them out. There's no compromise once you accept that you're going to be an armed citizen. That's going to be hard. In some cases, it's worse than having two different political parties. We're talking about abortion or religion or whatever, right? Are you going to go visit family? Are you going to go armed? If so, you probably want to conceal. If they're going to be children anywhere, you absolutely, if you're going to carry open or concealed, you need to have a double retention holster so the little rugrats don't come up and get curious, as they do, and take your gun out and shoot you with it or shoot somebody else or even themselves. That has happened more times than people will admit. So think about that. Where are you going to go? Can you get a concealed carry license in the state that you live in? Or is it constitutional carry or permitless carry? It doesn't matter if you're going to walk around and be concealed, which is what most people do when they have a choice. I live in a constitutional carry state, and most people choose to carry concealed because you get less hassle from people, you get less frowny face looks. You see what I'm saying? If you're going to get a concealed carry permit or license from your state, is it reciprocal in another state or states that you might want to travel to? If you're going to travel by air, have you figured out the steps, which are easy, to do that? Because you can travel by air. Your gun just has to go in a locked, secure box inside your checked bag for a pistol. If it's a long gun, it's going to go in the long gun case, be locked, and it'll be handled just like a set of skis. Except when you get to your destination, a human is going to come and check your ID and check the tag and then hand it to you, because they don't want to be handing a long gun to the wrong person. So those are some things I'd ask you to think about as you consider being an armed citizen. I'd also ask you to consider getting defense insurance. I use USCCA. I think they are the best out there. There are several others. I just happen to use them, and I've been using them for a long time. But if it ever comes down to where you have to pull a trigger or even draw your gun, knife, anything, where deadly force, you think you might need to use deadly force, it doesn't have to be a gun. It's nice to have some attorneys on call that you can say to the police, I'd love to answer your questions, but I'm distraught. Let's wait till my attorney gets here. And then you shut up. Learn the law for the use of deadly force in your state. Learn it. Learn it. Go take a class. So it'll cost you $150 to take a concealed carry class. It's well worth it. Well worth it. Because once you know and understand what the law is, it helps you not do stupid things and win stupid prizes. It chills you out for road rage. You see what I'm getting at? Or other kinds of things. You're in the bar and you want to get beer muscles. It makes you think differently when you know you're armed and you know the law, right? Because then there's no excuse for you being stupid at that point because you're not a gangbanger. Anyway, I've talked for a minute. Think about these things. If you're new to the armed lifestyle, think about these really hard. If you've been doing this a while, maybe it was a good refresher. It was good for me just to kind of go through it again. As always, thanks for watching, and carry on.